community church here in Colorado Springs. They got lasers, they got fog machines, and they got tight bass. It's like sitting in a car tuned with a bunch of subs. You feel it like shoot right through you, man. It is the most amazing thing that I've probably ever been a part of. Like, they figured it out. They figured that one out. And I think it's just a light show. Because even in here, it's about the lighting. Even at the hookah bar, it was about lighting. Lighting. A generic word for all kinds of lights. So someone had the idea of like, why not? Why not have a church that is like this? Why not have a church that's like chilling in your car with some big ass subs? Why not, man? Why not have a church with lasers and fog machines and all this cool ass shit? Why not? I mean, really, why not? And here is the strangest thing. Religion changes so the society accepts them. It's not the other way around. Society doesn't change for moral beliefs. Moral beliefs change for society. That's some true ass shit that I've learned over my student years. It's one of those phrases that take you back a few levels. Because it's knowing who you are, and if you believe it anyway, then it shouldn't make any difference. Because it's still a choice. Are you afraid you will lose your mandatory choice? I think understanding everything about the moral process is a gift, because it allows me to appreciate rather than be in fear. Because fear, I feel, is there, like I'm chilling in the water, all of a sudden I see a shark come at me, or I see fins in the water. Why is that fear there? Because I'm lost out on options at the moment. If I was in a boat, I have options. If I had some type of device that I could pull, I would have less fear. So, you gotta buffer yourself, like those bomb zones that people made years ago from World War I and, World War II, and then the discovery of nuclear devices. That tripped out everyone, man. People were buying bomb underground things because at that time, that's what reality was. They didn't have nice stuff we have today, 60 years ago. And how long has this earth been here? They say 600,000. I don't know, but it's been here some time. And if you do the math, 50, I am starting to believe that the Fukushima disaster is the start of, I guess, revelations. So I'm going to have to look this up. I'm sure someone already did, but I got a Bible app here. 3/11 was the date that the Earth had an earthquake. in the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster. And that was the Japan's disaster, almost like Chernobyl, but this one is way worse because they haven't contained it yet. The whole thing's still melting down, releasing gallons of like plutonium, real stuff that can cause an extinction. And the reason they have these nuclear power plants is because if you don't have a nuclear power plant in your arsenal on your property, then you don't have the ingredients it takes to protect your country from a nuclear attack. And nuclear energy is cheap, but the ingredient you get from nuclear power is also nuclear disaster. And I guess you could say they're all bad, but we don't have a way to replace all the power, and no one's got money to pay their own bills already. So here's the thing. If the Earth's going to be killed off from radiation anyway, no wonder they're talking about finding better ways to live on Mars. And I'm going to Google something here. And you guys can all Google with me. I've showed this one before, but I've been trying to learn on this so I can deliver you guys the most honest, because the most honest conclusion without bias. If you look up interdisciplinary on Wikipedia, or a dictionary, or an encyclopedia, doesn't matter. If you look up that word, that describes my thought pattern. And that thought pattern is a job. You get paid if you could do something like that. And that's how a lot of problems find solutions in this world, with that kind of thinking. So over the years, just constant thinking like that from a computer as a childhood friend was the reason why I'm so unbiased when it comes to my moral preferences. And people get it wrong, and they think I ain't got no moral, and they think I'm satanic now because I ain't on their side. But it's just the opposite, Besides the egos, I don't boast about much of anything. So let's look in Google and use its Fukushima, Fukushima radiation map. I'm sure you could even find a YouTube video on this if you don't want. Oh, there are. I didn't look at these. And so here's the thing. The reason why they will lie to you and not really tell you that it's worse than it is, they would not close a fishing shop up in, where was it, man? Oregon or something. I saw some videos and some guys talking about them shutting down fishing because it's being tested for radiation. So here's what I thought. I'm like, oh shit, what about my pets? I bet there will be articles, let's say in 5 years, that some companies got caught using defective radiation fish ground up for cat food. Usually, they ground up dead bodies, like dead dogs. You know, a lot of these places, that's what they do to recycle them. And I don't know if that was a metaphorical way of like using them as fertilizer and spraying them back over so, you know, they could grow. I don't know, or if they were just like thrown right in with the food. But I heard rumors it was that. So these companies in the government have a reason. I didn't watch this, but I can only put it together, okay? You could watch it, see if I'm lying. But from what I've learned, the reason why maybe you've been lied to, and a lie could be like nuclear power is good, and yeah, it is. You know, it's got cheap power, but we can honestly see from a radiation map that it's our doom. It's gonna kill us all. And that's the reason why all of a sudden we see plans to see if we can escape orbit. So once they figure out how will we fit a nuclear submarine in space, once they get one of those things up there, we might be able to put some propellers on it and fly through the universe and land someplace that's got water, just enough. You know, who knows? Maybe we could pipe it to the planet. That's probably what Earth. Wait, you can't pipe it if it's contaminated with radiation. Maybe by that, you can't take. It takes like plutonium was 230,000 half years. So what is that? You know, even if it's half. So it could last up to that long, but chances of it, maybe it's half. So 120,000 years. Human that only lives 100 measly years. And, you know, technology that's been around less than 60, and we've already ruined it in under 60. So when this radiation map, I'm going to show you again. When this maps of, you know, that's radiation of what you see there, man. That's all like contaminated water. And they still don't have it contained. Like it's still leaking and it's getting more contaminated by the day. And the reason for this is that the nuclear stuff, I think, gets real hot. So it's like melting into the ground, but it never quits. So it just like keeps on melting, and like we can't get to it anymore because it's melted so far into the ground from these rods or something like that. Or it's the juices that from it, something that's going down into the groundwater, and then it reaches the ocean. So the whole area, no one can live there again. And there's some articles that the Special Olympics wanted to be held at the Fukushima disaster area as a message for hope. Yeah, let's just give all of these let's give all of these beautiful kids who's got issues in life a way out by bringing them, if the parents think it's a good idea once you've done your research, because you'll be told, you know, we got hope for this space. But if you know are a parent who works 5 days a week, you ain't gonna read up on how bad it is. You be asking any person in America, and out of, you know, I'll just say, out of 10 people I've asked, I got to give one, I don't think there was one that really knew what I was talking about until I had to remind them, a story. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I do. And it's just like, it's the same thing. So, but there's a reason they keep this out of our eyes. For one thing, it's about money. For two, what you gonna do? For three, it's probably better off that you don't know about it. And they're secretly closing these places that ship out tuna. It's a I don't know what they call them. It's where a bunch of fishermen go out to the sea and they collect fish, and then they pick them up to the docks, and the docks got some kind of price they're gonna sell them to. And if you ever watched how this stuff was processed, like I used to think that fish went through some type of machine like hamburger did, it gets mushed out. It's like this stuff is maybe sprayed off. It goes through a automatic machine, same way how Twinkies are made. Fish, they're being sliced perfectly. And maybe once a day, maybe, these places are being checked by government officials, people who are ever in charge of this stuff. And they only take one sample. And how far can a fish travel? But that gives you some idea. But it was enough to close down some place. I should know this. Up north because of this, man. Like, that's bad news, man. Look at that. That's right. Where that purple is, that's where Fukushima, that's where the disaster happened. Look at that. Look at that spread, man. You're gonna sit there and tell me that, it's getting better? Because that's about what's in, right here. Oh, which you can't see. Right here is California. Let's see if you guys, you see that? That's California right here. And over here is where the Fukushima disaster happened. And look over here. That's Florida. Right up there. And look at that ocean over there. It's contaminated all the way down until it gets to there. So you gotta know, I'm not sure what's there, man, the Panama Canal. Because the Panama Canal must not use that water, it uses water from the other side. That's a good idea. So even the boats, that come out of there, those boats are gonna, get those radiation isotopes on the bottom of the ships. So regardless, you see contamination happening. But that purple is the worst. That's Fukushima. And this place, what does that look like? That looks like California, right? And you see a red area going straight to a beach. I don't know what that is. San Diego? What is that place? And it already hit Brazil down there. That's radiation. This stuff will stay in the waters for 120 years, 120,000 years minimum. And there's 3 different kinds of radiations. There's one that lasts 25 years, so 12 years guaranteed in the ocean. Or there's another one that lasts for 250 years. Then there's one that lasts 250,000 years. So we might be able to make it last if it was the first two. Maybe so. Maybe it's illegal to use plutonium if toxic plutonium comes out of here, human existence is gone. People will start, look up leukemia, look up Chernobyl's births. The people who live around Chernobyl, look at how many people there have leukemia. So the world will be leukemia epidemic. So we would become what the neighboring cities of Chernobyl is. The whole entire world for 250 years. 250, 125 years minimum. So all the births, they're going to get the same effects as those people have over there. And it's bad, you know? Real bad stuff. So but there is no plutonium toxic waste coming out of there. You know, 1 or 2 generations will be messed up of humanity, but we'll make it through it. But if there is plutonium waste in there, no wonder they're shooting for the moon. Because they realize we need to do something. That's my personal, professional opinion. I don't care either way, you know, because I like being here. It's just fun watching and learning all of this information. Because, you know, I think about that kind of stuff. And I love watching YouTube. It's a great source of entertainment. It's a great source of television besides what DirecTV or a current cable system is pumping into my brain. And that's everything I know. And if that's all you know, then that's all you know. And if that's all you know, then you are the perfect homeowner.
Continues to heal, becomes a scar. It becomes what we do forever and ever. Cause you love so good in my arms. When I see the bright futures, glamour, stardom, gold bricks.
I haven't talked like that for a while.
Diamonds, but it's all on us. You feel the breeze, don't get knocked over. You're my princess. And I'll be your king. Yeah, baby, go, 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 work it, go.
You know, I don't remember making any of these.
Yeah, twerk it.
But I do notice I be talking about dick, pussy, bulging my pants quite a bit. But it's in like 2 out of every 3 songs.
Anyone was outside my door, they did pray.
So when I go to church and I meet people, I don't be telling them about my life.
To do what I gotta deal with every single day.
But if you did a search on my name, you know, let's go see who this person is who just attended our church.
You're learning from an owner's manual, and I hope yours is okay. Otherwise, you get left behind. Colleges every day.
Let me see what it says.
Staring at the sun, wishing on good grades.
What is it telling you who the hell I am?
So I had to work hard. Not really do what they said, but I just had to.
Oh man.
That's why I'm in college. That's why I'm in college. College. And that's why I'm in college. College, yeah. And that's why I'm in college, cause I wanna be a better person for my wife. And for everyone who hangs around, I wanna be a stick in the mud. A demon who comes out whenever.
This is like the
I wanna be someone
dark
you
web.
love. In hard at the same time. Make me rain, make it rain.
This is stuff I don't look at.
Make me dance. Make it rain. Make me move, I'll make you move. Girl, let's groove. Dance. Dance, girl, let's dance. Dance, girl, let's dance. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of typos in there.
I'm on the front page though,
Message.
way at the bottom.
It's either repeat my ass
The only hint that
because there's a lot of typos.
I might look like a writer, but then I see I get 100% of my wages.
Fans, of course.
I got a songwriter ID and a publishing company.
I see a text message.
It's like, nah, this can't be the same guy, right?
What to do?
Let's go back and look at images. Have I seen this person?
It's got a deal with princess in a brand new dress, rocking it back and forth with Daddy. Mommy, rocking it back and forth, king and queen, dancing. Yeah, get down. Liquor when it rains. Pull
That good
liquor when
photo
it
of me.
rains. Pull liquor when it rains and gargle all it the way.
Yeah, see?
You need one more
Same guy.
pint, the gallon, to see straight.
That's what Google says I am.
When you do make it to the next mile, you'll find the strength.
And if you're worried about like FBI and CIA, any company living within the U.S. jurisdiction automatically has to listen and give up all records to the government. Like, look up LastPass is a password management where it stores all your passwords, and they claim they're secure. But if you ever got in trouble with the law in the United States could like go in, like the company forfeits your information, sort of what you signed in a contract, to better help them because it's in the public domain. I mean, it's not in the public domain, it's private information, but to the government, if you do anything wrong, now it's public information only to the investigators. So even all your online accounts, like your hosting and your Google Drives, your Microsoft OneDrives, you have a bunch of self-incriminating information on that. And then you go, rob a bank. And then, you're going to run for it. And then, you upload your pictures. And many of these phones are disabling the ability to turn that off. Especially in America, because America don't know anything else besides Android and iPhone. We don't know or ever seen a counterfeit product in our life. If you've always shopped at the major markets, Walmart, Kmart, maybe Amazon, but for most people, they're getting their product ideas from their friends who also get the same information of everyone else. So unless you're the person who looks outside the box once in a while, then that's all you are, man. Maybe that's the way how you're formed. However much you want to learn, then that's how much you're willing to go. Damn, yo, I can put shit together.
I guess that's why I didn't go. 'Cause I know you so well. That's how it always is. I guess in most relationships, one dude is always trying, the other one's always trying to prove, wait, yeah, I get it. What else? You want your out, but yo, instead of shoving those divorce papers in my face, once I do sign them, and then I'm so sorry. Back and forth, man. Back and forth, man. Back and forth, back and forth. That's why I block you on Twitter. It's why I block you just for a day and a half. But you're too much sometimes. It's too much. That's why you need drugs, girl. I love you. Sometimes you need drugs. I've been saying that so long. Take what the doctor wants. And your husband, why are you torturing us like this? I don't understand. Why you doing this when it's so easy? Look at me, I did after we agreed. And now it's the same thing over and over. You battling your demons, but I took the pill. Why can't you? Just another excuse. Just another excuse, yeah. Give it all you got. Just another excuse, man. Another excuse coming in my head. I'm dedicated to my husband, Beans. She's got so much time on her hands. She stops wearing the ring cause it hurts. Mentally or physically, I don't know. But over here I'm bouncing over more albums, singing love songs. But she's, I guess, ADHD, and I'm learning what that means. Cause I'm turning crazy myself. She don't understand what a commitment is. Never will. So it's my problem that I gotta deal with these arguments that you have in your head. If you really want out to go.
Damn, this is...
But I'll keep on singing these love songs so I feel good as you take it all. I see what you give, but I see what you take at the same time, and I'm compared. Why do you hurt what you love? How much can I do? I feel abused. It never stops. What can I do? It never stops.
Damn, this song is...
What can I do?
It fits into so many lives, you know?
Hope you learn your lesson. But not once I do, cause
I mean, it's a heartbreaking song.
Husband.
But at the same time...
Want to fit in. Want to feel loved.
Man, you know, this song speaks volumes to
if you don't love yourself,
so many people's lives. I've seen it on TV, I see it outside, I see it everywhere,
all you
man.
want to talk about is destroying us and yourself.
Yeah, it's a sad-ass song, but I think
That's
it
all you want
happens
to do.
a lot.
Excuse me for not participating, but I'll sit and sing love songs instead. While you
Even,
scream
you know,
and
like my
destroy,
ex-wife,
I'll smoke
you know, I can
myself
see
so I can forget
things that went on
everything you
there
said.
that were in this song.
Excuse me for talking about us.
I could,
Excuse me for being one giant
family,
secret.
and then, you
Here
know,
it's finally out.
I think that happens in a lot of families. You know, in my in-laws' family. So I was like, okay, let's write a song that has that all.
And I won't hear any
I
applause.
actually did it. You
Criticism.
know, almost ashamed I did it.
I won't hear any applause. Criticism. It's what I do.
That was
I
a
don't
good
know
song.
anything about it. Yeah, it sounds familiar, just like my family said. Would it be nice to be loved? Would
My
it be nice
opinion
to be
is
loved
that
just one day,
that's a good
'cause I know you
song.
want it back. I'm just
From Art. Freestyle, giving it your all.
It's another argument, but here's your food.
Damn,
It's
yo.
another day of that, man. I ain't a bitch, I care.
So we in those.
Hey, all damn day.
I'm gonna skip past this.
Until you give me the out and I, like, all damn day. Try to hold my feelings back all damn day.
It's like
Finally,
taking
they come out
pictures.
and then, oh, you were right. It's like, oh, I finally gave in. That's what it's called. I finally gave in to your torture of reprogramming. Trying to bowl.
Ooh,
I'll
yo.
touching. I'll be sucking in
That's
the
a phase
smoke.
issue.
Sailed in my team. Living this life. Undisclosed. Are we on
crazy,
the
man.
record? Cause I want you to know
Let me show you my desktop.
what it was like for me. Going through all of that. Boy, you wish, but nah. See, it wasn't
You guys won't
like
be able to
that.
see it anyway.
I really wanted to hold my joint up, but they insisted.
So
that I
these are
put it
broken into
down,
30-second
and
chunks.
I didn't hear him right because I just got done making one of the best albums, so I was
And much of the
dumb,
latest ones are
clueless,
split into 10.
and before you knew it, that's how it went down. The National Enquirer likes to make it bigger than it is. Thankfully, they made a few more albums.
Yo, we insane. We didn't take our mental
You guys like that
drugs for 3
effect?
days.
You guys want to know how I
What
did that?
does to a person, you start getting those shocks.
You get your main mix,
Man, yo, Lord, does it
and
go? We like to torture. If I'm feeling pain, I like it.
and
I
you
mean, I miss
add
it.
the
I mean, it's a-
VST
it's a
plugin,
love-and-hate relationship.
audio-
Go back and forth. That's just what I do.
or
It's
auto
like
dynamic
there's the
normalizer,
homie. Yeah, because we playing
something
video
like that.
games again.
And there's a spot in there. You could probably do it in any plugin, I guess.
Eating strawberries,
But
fruits,
in there, you got to unlink
vacations,
the left and right. So what it does is it shifts the phase just a bit. So when you put it under a enhancer,
You got claws.
what you see is the phase, you know, sort of like where you're pulled in to it, but it twists so it goes on like a constant wave. And the peak limits, that's where it changes, and also the lows. So you're like riding on a bumpy road,
One day you wake up and you are
but
it.
you start
fall
with
in, somehow figured it out. It was an endless puzzle. Going to 0, now you are 1. You've been turned on, activated. Shit,
turn it up.
son. When you go back to your mom's house, if this is too hard,
this was
well,
post
I'ma chill here with the big guys.
Post-production.
Spend my experience to the next level. Spitting words and sentences to move your griddle. That was so funny. I'd be laughing myself to
and it
sleep.
makes sense, right?
My iPad hanging 5
That's how
inches
that
from
was
my
done.
face. Listening to reruns. I heard
Oops.
nothing else.
In Adobe Edition, if you go to Effects and go to Special or Repair, Restoration, there's one in there that says Phase Correction, and inside there, probably create the same effect. You gotta probably mess with the buttons, but in there should be another button that says unlink the sides, and you could create the same effect as long as it ain't too bad where it rocks. That's gonna cause ear fatigue. But let's listen to it again. But I did this to the whole season. I applied that effect to the whole season.
Make it rain with my money machine. Said it spit sucks. In one end direction, not the other.
And then I think I
In circles.
applied that audio dynamic normalizer. I don't do it anymore, but that's how a lot of these tracks were made. But that was too much compression overall. That's what I constantly fought with, was over compressing.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Because you can hear it in the cymbals, and that's why I no longer want to make music with cymbals. Because after cymbals is compressed, you start to develop massive ear fatigue and tinnitus. Like, I got a case of tinnitus. It doesn't bother me too much. But it's there.
Amazon and buy a bunch of junk
Oh well.
because I want.
So now much of this music is
Of just I want. 'Cause
uh
I can't wait. That's what I dream about constant.
high pass or low pass filter on it.
60% of my day. Honestly, man, it's all I think
Didn't currently
about,
have all that turned off.
All I think about, yo, turn me insane. I want that money so bad. I want that money so bad. I want that money so bad. It's all I think about. The whole reason of this. I want it. Unlimited credit cards. I want more than I can handle. I want it all. I'ma own the industry. And get all the money. And speak to your heart. I'ma hit every genre. 'Cause we got 15,000 ways to make a penny. So I'm all about your bounce, 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 we in Hollywood. Bounce, bounce, bounce your story across this wire. Making out your book. Step out of your element. I give you permission to deck another line. Another line. Give you permission. Take off your clothes. Get on this pole. Yeah, I see you with your camcorder, waiting for what? For me to spit more gold?
This
Bricks,
echo
rhymes,
really is in the
thanks.
recording.
To energize, so I can do the double punch. I mean the N-wordage, come on. I'm too fast for everyone. I'm too fast.
I'm gonna smoke some of this up here now.
Everyone. I got powers.
So this
I
is
think
new
it's a
music
sign,
we're gonna be focusing
not a
on.
coincidence. It's ironic and beautiful.
But I'm not messing in
At
the
the same
beats.
time, I'm drawing
Be
pictures
here, man.
over knockers. Staring at neon lights because I'm too drunk to stare right. So I got an Uber instead to lay in bed with my wife.
Deleting all the nonsense tracks.
IMP.
We'll be deleting
All the way to the
nonsense
record
tracks.
store.
To tighten
And
up
at
our
night, I be chilling
perfection.
with the drunks and druggies. It's not all about that, but I make it sound worse than it is. I mean, I'm popping pills on a daily basis. Only sounds bad, but I got a doctor's prescription for a real bad incident. Does that change your mind? Judging one. But here, I'm not trying to prove that my groove is a damn's glide. I'm here to rise up. Rise up. Just stanky ass up. Just stanky ass up. Your hands up to the ceiling. You feeling the breezing. Confessions from my service. Lighting bowls. This is your confession. Light it good. Cause this is your hook. Hold on. Yeah. Your hold on. It said, is your bowl full? Ready to light, son? Like, oh yes.
We got the acapella track. It's well of these too. I'm gonna slow down on my creations and work more on this stuff. I could be doing a lot more. So we're gonna focus on the material we have. We're gonna continue to make some. Because I will always be making albums. And in the mist, we'll be doing this. You know, side show for YouTube. What's up, man?
I'm just chilling back here.
Making
on
myself
this
look crazy.
iPad, bro. I'm making music though.
I don't have to, you know, I don't have to
Making
be doing
dough.
any of
Money
this.
stacks.
But I
Looking
choose
up
to.
right back. Waking up in the
Choose to
morning,
make
I have
myself
another
look like
stack. Wish I
crazy
was
man.
Lion man. Soon I have gold front teeth. That's what I need for the camera. That's the explanation I'm gonna tell my grandmama. So I chill in my whip, city to state, my girl. You see my titanium wedding ring? It's pretty hot, huh? So we go down the road and chill. I mean, in this room. And I smoke myself to a new dimension. Find 3, next 4. Open up the 5th door. Right inside and slam it. That's where you at. You gotta give yourself permission not to find yourself back. For a bit like, out of order. And your phone's gotta know, So, please put it on airport. And go take your ass to an island and smoke your dro. High most. I knows you ain't this person, though. You understand how to make that money, bro? I'm trying to teach you from step to step how to do it from one moment to the next. But it's up to you if you want to listen or be a bitch.